Merry Christmas, YouTube, internet, whoever's watching this. Uh, this is a public address from a recently rich young nigga. So, sorry if you don't like that word, but I mean it with love and I love you. So, hopefully, it doesn't bother you. Now, in the last 3 months, I made more money than I did all year last year. I'll probably put the screenshot right here. Uh, there's a lot more to go, but I really want to stress this. I just can't get over this, right? I was super happy with nothing. I mean, super happy. In fact, I can prove it because most people, when they make this amount of money, would be like saving and making sure they got themselves together right before they helped other people. Nope. I retired all of my parents. I am buying them all new cars in the next couple of weeks. You guys will see the video. We probably will make a lot more. I got some really cool stuff that I just don't want to talk to you guys about. I just want to show you. I got this cool little watch. It's not a Rolex again. That'll be coming next, but it looks pretty good. It's a Citizen watch. I like it. It's higher quality, right? Nice little automatic watch. Got my wife a ring that I always wanted to when I was broke. Tipped like $2,000+ to people in places that I used to work because I actually made a video but then decided not to post it because it was for the point. But like a couple years ago, I was crying in a gas station, begging my aunt to send me $100 so I could just go fucking home because I was tired of being broke. But I was so sick of the place I was in 2021. Even though it was crazy, I think this should relate to you guys. I was in the top 10% of a company and was making pretty good money. Actually, at the time, there was a point where I was making like 7,500 to 10K a month from a multi-level marketing company, believe it or not. And I opened up a brick and mortar when I was a 23-year-old. Had I been good at math, I actually would have been rich since then because we did 156 grand in revenue our first year. Um, we had a lot of expenses, but I was just a dumbass and didn't know anything about I know about businesses now. So of course I spent too much money and then refused to hire people who were better than me at marketing and didn't listen and had a terrible location. And basically I had this thing that I think is common, and I did it again with my coaching business and the online stuff, is like, if you could just treat your business like a real business and not something that has problems that are specific to your industry or specific to your life and specific to your background. Because the truth is like your goals aren't specific to any of that shit, right? Like my goal was to make enough money to retire my parents and to take care of everybody and to give back to the people who took care of me while I was doing this. My goal was to be able to go and afford food that I want and not have to constantly check my bank account to fill up my car with gas all the way. My goal was for my son, who is now 9, and I have another little one that's 3 and another little girl that's 1, was for them to not grow up and say, hey, my dad was a good dad. He meant well. He took care of us. He inspired a lot of people. He just never got it together himself. Right. And I'm only 30 years old. And I just did the math. This is even more crazy. I spent more money than I made this month, on gifts and doing other like traveling, investing back into the brand. Um, and I made $21,000 last month. So that's kind of fucking crazy in itself. So, uh, yeah, man, I'm not here to flex. I just want you guys to know. Also, before all of this kind of super snapped into place, I watched a video literally a couple weeks ago in my office. This was all coming to fruition, what happened this month, but I had to do a lot of work, 16-hour days, no eating, barely seeing my family after being able to kind of work 4 or 5 hours a week to make 100 grand or so throughout the year prior. So it's like 72K, but sometimes it would fluctuate, right? That to working and basically, conservatively starting a 7 probably 8-figure businesses, like 4 or 5 of them in the span of 60 days. Uh, it's a lot. It's a big change. And it's even crazier for me, but it doesn't feel that different because if you watch, see now, just kind of like Iman Ghazi, like I kind of just spent so much time watching other people do this exact same thing. And I just forced my luck. Okay. So this video should teach you how to force luck in a better, situation, right? It's a very simple formula. I believe luck is a combination of capacity, personal development, and when I say capacity, I should say capacity to seize opportunity, uh, personal development, your ability to have emotional regulation, risk tolerance, and deal with uncertainty and make it certain before it is. And then being in the right place at the right time. Now that's the tricky part, right? That's why people think it's something magical. And like maybe this is the first video you've seen, you're like, must be fucking nice guy. Dude, I put the whole thing here. There's 300 plus videos of me being broke saying I was gonna make it, and here the fuck I am. It took less than 2 years. Less than 2 years. Okay, you can go watch it all. It will take you a long time, but it took me even longer to do it. And the truth is, for 6 years before that, I even posted a video on the internet. I fucking failed my way, said I was going to do things I didn't, told people I would do things I didn't. Still have shitty credit for a little bit. I just never give up. And so I truly believe a couple years ago, Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker, he came to my hometown of South Bend and he like spoke and he was like, listen, there's no bypass to get here, right? There's no way, like this isn't on the way to anywhere. I'm from South Bend, home in Notre Dame. And well, I'm from Niles, Michigan, what's above it, but that's where you guys know, South Bend. Anyway, he said, I'm here to change one of your guys' lives. I don't know who it is in the crowd, but it's one of you. And so I remember listening to that as a young man, and I said, well, that's going to be me. And listen, I'm sure there's other people who have changed their life. I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm definitely not saying I'm special. I'm just saying one of you guys watching this, I'm here to change your life. And it's not even me. It's just you seeing this and making that snap decision, right? It's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's going to be quick. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But you're still the person. The person you see in all the other videos that I have on this channel is still me. I had the confidence before I got here, but I got it. And it took way less time, but it happened quicker. I'll give you the secret. If you watch this far, the secret is to let go of the timeline and to simply focus on the inputs of a person who would have your most desired result. And if you do that, I simply thought my 10-year goals were what I just fucking did this last month. Like I was cool if that happened at 35 or 40. I was genuinely cool. But that's because I pledged my whole 20s and I would have kept going. There was never a point. If you don't watch anime, you won't get this, but you should make your goals kind of like being a pirate king or being the Hokage. It should be for you in the questions. If you can get to the point where you say, I'm gonna do this or die, it's already done. Love.